Well, it's Thursday morning. It's about 10:30 a.m. and I'm having a lovely cappuccino in a nice little coffee shop on Jomtien beachfront. Yes? That is so damn good. Well, I'm feeling a little bit uplifted right now. It's amazing that, you can be down in the dumps, things are not going really right, and then all of a sudden you can be a little bit uplifted. And really it's all because of this thing here. I got my passport back, okay? Now, you may think, well, what's the big deal about that? The big deal is I have renewed my visa. My original tourist visa for 30 days ran out yesterday, and basically I've renewed it for another 30 days, which you're allowed in Thailand, okay? And you may think, so what? So what? What's the big deal? Well, the big deal is that I just didn't think it was going to happen. The immigration process, the office in Jomtien, Site 5, oh my God almighty, my God almighty. Now, let me explain first of all that in the country of Thailand, I have never actually renewed a visa before. I don't stay here long term, but what I tend to do with Thailand, especially somewhere like Pattaya, is arrive here, have a bit of fun for a few weeks and then disappear somebody else. So I've never actually needed more than a 30-day tourist visa. I've never renewed it. I've renewed it in other countries, but not this one. So I decided to renew it for another 30 days. And how to renew it? Well, I was told to go to the immigration office in Jomtien, okay? That seems to be the place where you do it. Oh, I wish I hadn't. I wish I hadn't have done it that way. I really wish. How can I describe the immigration office in Jomtien? How can I describe it? Well, the atmosphere. Oh, let's see now. Have you ever been to the Dole office in Toxteth? It's a bit like that. Jesus, it's really quite a dreadful environment. I mean, there's not really there's not much social distancing, and people are pushing past you, and it's kind of frustrating, and it just reminds me of a bloody benefits office in a council estate in Liverpool or somewhere. I was almost expecting some loudmouth woman to come screaming through the bloody doors with half a dozen kids, shouting and bawling that they were breaking her family up because they wouldn't give her any money. Oh my God, not a pleasant environment at all. So you may think, why exactly am I so stressed out with all of this? Well, after a month in Thailand, I actually had a flight booked to go to Cambodia from Bangkok to Phnom Penh. Really good flight with an airline I'd never heard of before. A very reasonable price, and it even included my 20 kilos of luggage, yes, which is quite unusual in this day and age. Didn't have to pay any extra for that. Cracking flight, very easy to book on the internet. And well, you know what they say, when something sounds too good to be true, it probably is. They cancelled it, okay? It's been cancelled, like a lot of other flights are cancelling in this day and age, especially if you book them a little bit ahead in advance. You just gotta, it just happens. So I decided to renew my visa here and hang around Pattaya for another month. So I've been to this office. So what was it that stressed me out so much about this immigration office? And please don't think that I'm knocking them. I mean, these are very hard-working people who work there. They are decent people, and they have to deal with the public. And when things don't go right, they probably had some instance where people get stressed out and start shouting and all that kind of stuff, like they do at the Dole office, that kind of stuff. But basically, I went to that office last week, a week ago today, which was about 6 days before my visa expired, and I wanted to get it out of the way with. So I sat in queues and another queue and another queue, and I got given various paperwork and oh my God, and the paperwork's in my hand, and like there's so many people around, I had to get a pen out, and I couldn't. I had to write bloody documents there in the office, and it was all very, very frustrating. Not a very nice experience. And then at the end of it, on last week, I thought, well, that's it. I've been here for a few hours, sat in queues patiently, but at least I can get my visa renewed now. And they said, no, you can't. It doesn't run out until next Wednesday, so come back then. I thought, oh my God Almighty. So yesterday was February the 2nd, Wednesday, and my visa ran out, okay? So I went back to the office, and I stood in more queues, and filled out more forms, and then sat in a lengthy cubicle outside with many, many other people. That was probably about 2.5 hours, that was. Similar to last week, okay? Now, the cost of renewing your visa for 30 days is 1,900 baht, which is about 40 quid in English money, about 60 US dollars. And that sounds reasonably enough, not complaining about that at all. So when I eventually, at the end of yesterday afternoon, got to the office where I paid my money, and she took my passport. And you never know what's going to happen next. You never know if somebody's going to come out of the woodwork and shove a bloody RAT test up your nose. And you know, it's very, very precarious times that we're going through. So when I paid my money, she gave me a bit of a receipt. I say a bit of a receipt, didn't look like one to me. And she said, oh, okay, come back tomorrow. I thought, what? I've been here twice. I waited for about 2.5, 3 hours in various queues, and now you're telling me the passport stays here. Go and collect your passport tomorrow. Oh, God Almighty. So it's third time lucky. I am now holding this beautiful thing in my hand, my passport. I've got it stamped for another 30 days. I've paid me money. It's, you know, third time. I've had to do 3 visits to this place in order to get my passport back. And, you know, like I say, that experience has stressed me out a little bit. Now, everybody that I've spoke to has said, why didn't you just go to an agent? You pay a bit more money, but they'll do it all for you. Yes. Yes. That's the answer to it. I wish I had it done now. I wish I had have, you know, I keep hearing just about everybody who knows a reliable agent. I mean, in other countries like Cambodia, you know, I've never had to personally renew my visa. I've always done it to an agent, and you know, it's been fine. You pay a bit more money, but it takes the hassle away from you. So all I'm saying is, don't do what I do. I was sitting there in that bloody. I don't want to knock the place. They're all doing the job. These people, they're very, very hard-working people, but it's not a nice environment. You know, you're herded in there like cattle, and it's not a pleasant environment at all. And if I'd have known, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have just played it safe, paid a bit more money, used an agent. But never mind anyway. I've got my passport now. I'm here until early March. After that, I don't know what's going to happen. Another country, at this moment in time, Cambodia and the Philippines, you know, are going to be open. Well, Cambodia already is. Philippines is going to be open to tourists. I don't know what's going to happen next. So I'm smiling now. The first month in Thailand has been really quite frustrating. You know, at 9 o'clock bar closures and 3 PCR tests, various RAT tests, and all the other stress that goes with it. But I think, you know, I think the month of February is going to be better. It'll be interesting to see how the new test and go pans out, whether it sees more tourists coming into Thailand. But anyway, I'm having a lovely cappuccino. I've got my passport back, and I'll be bringing a lot more vlogs from various places around the Pattaya area. Okay. So I'll stop waffling, have a lovely day, you know, a lovely evening or whatever you're doing, and I'll see you soon. Cheers.